The 11-4 Seattle Seahawks head south to San Francisco to finish off their regular season, the NFC West title already secured, to face off with the 6-9 49ers, who showed they are in prime spoiler mode after getting back George Kittle.
Beathard on the move and completes it. There he is, George Kittle. Welcome back into Arizona territory.
Kittle hadn't played since Week 8, but immediately gave the Niners passing offense a spark, going for 92 yards on 4 catches.
Kittle is out there. Beathard looking his way. He's open. Kittle at the 20 and down at the 18.
CJ Beathard was the one throwing those passes to Kittle last week. Beathard throwing 3 TD passes, averaging over 8 yards per attempt, and putting up a rating over 120.
Beathard over the middle, caught by Wilson at the 10, at the 5, and he goes in!
But the real star of the Niners offense in last week's upset win was Jeff Wilson, 22 carries, over 180 rushing yards.
He takes the pitch here, cuts it up, and Jeff Wilson keeps going. Right through the Arizona secondary.
Wilson didn't play the first time these two teams met, nor did Raheem Mostert, and without either, San Francisco wasn't able to do much of anything along the ground, the Hawks holding the 49ers to under 55 rushing yards.
Hasty again, gets some blocks, balls out!
Seattle's run D has been sound all year, too, top 10 in both rush yards per carry allowed and rush yards per game allowed.
What a good play made by this defense.
They've also made big strides against the pass. They held Jared Goff to 5.4 yards per attempt, no TDs, a rating of just 61.1 while picking him off.
Goff out to his right is going to float it and intercept it.
3 more sacks for the Seahawks defense as well. Their pass rush really catching fire the second half of the season.
Goff runs into trouble and he is brought down.
That pass rush was in full effect in their first meeting with the Niners too. Jimmy Garoppolo was starting, and it was the last time we would see him this year. He tried to play through a hobbled ankle, which wasn't the right decision, the Hawks taking him down 3 times.
Garoppolo stopped short of the 30-yard line.
Russell Wilson, on the other hand, had a banner night versus San Francisco, 4 TD passes, rating over 125.
Bigs the rush, throws for the end zone, touchdown Seahawks, it's David Moore.
DK Metcalf was on the receiving end for 12 of those throws, finishing with 161 yards and 2 TDs.
All the way inside the 20, DK Metcalf, and that's going to be a Seahawk touchdown.
The 49ers pass defense played much better last week, though, held Kyler Murray in check, no TD passes, just 4.9 yards per attempt, while holding him to his lowest rating of the season.
Murray in trouble, and down he goes.
And the 49ers passer rating allowed for the year is under 90. They're only giving up 211 yards per game. Their yards per attempt allowed just 6.7. They did struggle trying to contain Murray when he ran, giving up 75 yards on his 8 runs.
He's going to run it himself, and he's got some room. Turns on the Jets.
But they held Kenyon Drake to 2.5 a carry on his 18 attempts and are one of the few teams holding opposing ball carriers to under 4 a carry for the season.
Back to Drake, and Drake is caught.
They didn't get to face Chris Carson the first time around because he was injured. 16 carries, 69 yards last week, but that's as heavy as his workload usually gets, as he has 0 games with 20-plus touches this year.
Here's Carson right up the middle.
Russell Wilson, meantime, had to work against an elite Rams defense, but he held his own. No picks, a TD, a rating just over 93.
And they convert. Wilson, end zone, Hollister, touchdown!
Wilson needs 2 more TD passes to hit the 40 mark for the first time in his career. His completion percentage is higher than it's ever been, and he's averaging more passing yards per game than ever before.
Downfield for Moore. Nice spinning catch, and he is in.
The Hawks don't have that division to worry about anymore, but they're still that #1 seed potentially, so that equals incentive. The Niners, though, would love nothing more at this point than to make things tougher on them. But can they trip up division rivals in back-to-back weeks? Tell us and everyone else who can read what you think. Predictions into the comments section. Take a look at ours since we're all here anyway.
First down and goal, Wilson keeps. Looking for Disley, Wilson will take it for the touchdown.
They put it at the 1. First and goal for San Francisco. A play fake, use checks wide open, and there's the touchdown.